Hey everyone, so just a quick plasticity modeling exercise. I will show you how to model this very base shape, because with those techniques you can then exactly just on your own you will be able to model all of those other details, and it's a perfect practice for you as well. So let's dive into plasticity. And if you want to improve your 3D skills even more, I have a series of high quality plasticity courses for beginners and intermediate users, and these step-by-step courses cover everything you need to know about surface modeling, product design, and the most effective and efficient techniques. You will quickly build confidence and save time with the clear, structured learning path. So you can find all of my courses in the first link in the description box. And now let's dive into our today's tutorial. And there's always link in the description, and I'm using here PureRef, the program. Perfect. So yeah, we can basically start with this cube here. Press 4, select the cube, and press S for scale, and just scale it here on the x-axis. Yeah, I don't know, maybe something like that. Make it a bit thicker because we will cut here some pieces away, but something like that, I don't know. So yeah, I think something like that. So yeah, now we need at the top and the bottom this perfect rounding. So there are a few different ways, but we can just go here to the front view and take the circle, but drag it and take the 2-point circle and just snap from the left edge to the right edge. G for move, V for the changing the pivot, and snap the pivot here at the top from the circle, and take the green arrow and with control click snap to the top edge. This looks fine. And let's do the same at the bottom. Again, the 2-point circle, snap from one edge to the other. G, move, V pivot, snap here at the end, take the arrow and with control click snap to the point edge. Because now you can take the circle, press C, cut into the body. And the same, so let's first delete here in object mode those corners and the curve. Yeah, that looks fine. And let's combine everything. So object mode, select those solids, press Q and Q to boolean them. And let's do the same here. So also you could, so you don't have to boolean, you could also just create Shift A, align, and snap in the middle of the circle. And if you press then T, then you can trim away. By the way, if you want all shortcuts from plasticity and some other like cheat sheets and some nice essentials about plasticity and some modeling techniques, below this video I have like a free bundle here with some nice resources. So it's like the ultimate quick guide to surface modeling essentials with all of the shortcuts. So below this video you find the link. You can type your email and your name. I will directly send it to you over, and I will also send you like a very special offer if you, for those who really want to master plasticity 3D modeling. So very interesting, check it out if you want. And yeah, otherwise, so press T for trim. So you're just left with this arc, because then you can take this arc and again press C and cut into this body. And this way you can press 4 and just directly delete here the top, delete the curve, and this looks fine. Okay, so now also let's cut here piece away, because yeah, we have kind of a rectangle, but here we have this angle, right? So go to the right view, Shift A again to create a line, and I just create like a supporting line. So I just know where to cut it. So I will snap here at the bottom left and drag it out and just press tab and type in 45-degree angle. Okay, because just leave it as is and create Shift A again in new line and just snap here outwards and create again a line, Shift A, and just, yeah, I don't know. So yeah, we can snap here the mid curve, doesn't have to, but yeah, it's fine. So snap here and just drag out like a 90 degrees, and the same again, Shift A, snap again to the same point, and like that. Press 2, select that curve, delete it, select both of those curves and press J to join them. Again, all shortcuts you find on the sheet. and press C and cut it into the body. Press 4, select that, and this looks fine. Okay, yeah, the proportions are maybe a bit off, but that's okay. We can maybe make it a tiny bit thinner. So if you press 3, select those faces, you can just push them a little bit inwards. But we will cut here also like a piece away, so it will get anyway thinner. But yeah, let's create here this chamfer. Right, so very simple. Select this edge here and give it like a nice little chamfer. And now let's create this thing here. So you can't just give here a fillet, right? That would be too easy. And to achieve like angular fillet, you have to chamfer it first. So select this edge and give it a chamfer. So you really have to play a bit with the size, because you get very different results. So let's try something like that. Right click. And now you take those two edges here. And those you fillet now. And you click here on the full, because otherwise you see it starts doing like that. But if you just press full, then it will be like a perfect circle. So I mean, I'm fine for that here. It was a quick tutorial because the technique and workflow is fine. And now let's cut out here a little bit. So go again to this right view and yeah, snap to this point here, but from the right view, and go a little bit maybe inwards, and then just go up, something like that, and press 1, select this point, press B for fillet, and just give it a nice juicy fillet. Something like that. You could also do it with a control point curve, I know, but just for tutorial sake, something like that. And now we want to mirror it exactly here with 45 degree. Simple trick is if you select the curve and press Alt X, right? But now you can't mirror that where you need it. So the way to do is, so if you press Alt X, then you are in the mirror operation. But if you then here at the bottom right, F for freestyle, you can tell it where you want to mirror it. And we want to mirror it 45 degree angles. So we can take those chamfered angles that are 45 degree and click once here and then another time here, like 45 degrees, and this way we are getting that here. Okay, so select both of those curves, press C, cut into the body, right click, press 4 and just delete everything what you don't need. Something like that. Yes, I know proportions not correct, but it's correct. So like technique and workflow wise. So let's do the inside here. So we see we have here two fillets, very simple. Press 2, select those edges and just give them a nice fillet. And now select only one piece of the edge, because you see we have a nice chamfer. So give it a nice chamfer, play a bit around with the size, but this looks fine. And now just one little detail that I want to show you, because everything else is like very much the same. It's just some practice and experimenting, but it's exactly the same workflow. But I just want to show you like something interesting here, because this looks now kind of boring, right? So let's go here to the side and create a line with Shift A and just create a line like that. Does not matter how long and everything, but I just want to bring it to the front so I see it better, like that. And now press F and you have the slot commands, very nice. So you can just directly create, you see, so I'm going here for this shape here in the middle. And then I want to go like inwards. So yeah, I don't know, like maybe something like that is okay. I will delete the curve in the middle. Yeah, should be fine. And now I have to rebuild the surfaces here, because it's not what we need right now. So I will just delete it, press 3, select those faces and Shift X to delete the face. Press 2, select the curve and G, just bring it a little bit inwards, something like that. And now I want to create a surface out of this curve. So I just patch it. For me, it's Shift 3 shortcut. Right click to confirm, select the curve X to delete it. And now we have this loophole, and now we can start to close it. So here you have to see, because we have here two edges and this edge, and we can loft it with L. And but yeah, you see it starts a bit to bend. I don't like that. So what we can do is we can just this curve here, so this edge into like break it up. So that you can do with, if you press 3 and face mode. And then very important command, if you press F and type in isoparam, I have it on Control R, so you can press right click, add shortcut, Control R. Again, here I have an extra sheet with the absolute most important and best and powerful shortcuts, and how I use them, because they're very optimized, because I use Plasticity for years every day. And here you find isoparam, Control R. So let's do that. Select the face, Control R, and yeah, break it somewhere here. So we have this edge, which is a bit shorter now. Now we can again try to loft it with L and press tap tap, and this looks a bit better. And now let's loft those edges here. But you also see this looks weird. So we have to add here an edge cut. So select this face, again isoparam command, and add the edge somewhere here. So those edges are like kind of closer to each other. And the same here. So select this face, Control R. So you have this edge. And again, this I'm not explaining here like the complete workflow. It's like I explained that very, very in depth in all of my surface modeling courses. And yeah, that's very like the standard surface modeling workflow. So yeah, I have those edges and press L to loft them with tap tap. So it's G0, and that looks fine. Let's close that at the top again. Select this, Control R, add here an edge, because this edge interrupts this edge. So this edge is a bit shorter than this one because of this edge. So we have this edge. Now we can select those two edges here at the top. L for loft, tap tap, G0. And this looks fine. And the same here, select this face, isoparam command, and let's loft those guys. And perfect. Press 4 to select all sheets and J to join them. And this is what we have. So you see we have created the big surfaces, like they are like rectangular, and there's also kind of rectangular, but yeah, just kind of like round shape. And now we have those holes here, and those you can always perfectly patch or X-NURBS. So you can press 2, Alt click, and just patch it, give it here G1 and here G1, and you see this perfectly works, because we first created the big like rectangular surfaces, and we just have a nice clean 4-sided hole. So if you have X-NURBS, then even better, because then you can press here G1 and G1, and here at the bottom left quad-sided, and this will give you most of the time an even better result. But not here, you have like a little bit of a dark spot, so you can just X-NURBS that, and yeah, that's fine. But if you patch this, so in this example it's better if you patch it. Yeah, so you always have to try, and that's the whole point. You have a lot of different tools in Plasticity, and you just have to learn some workflows and techniques so you can use them and just try and experiment what gives you the best result, you know. So yeah, here we can also just patch it, G1, G1, and patch it, G1 and G1. Perfect, let's clean it up. Press 4, select everything, and again, very important command, press F and type in delete, redundant topology. I have it on Control D. And now we could here just extrude this little piece here. So if we select in 3 face mode this piece, you can't really just extrude this with this gizmo, because then just like weird things happens. So select this face and press E. So you are like in the proper extrude tool, and now you can extrude it like that, and now you can give chamfers, fillets. You can add this big thing here with a USB connection, whatever. And just play a little bit around and try. Maybe here you give some nice chamfer, and perfect. And if you found this tutorial helpful and you want to continue to build your skills, I've created a series of courses that guide you step by step through mastering plasticity. So check out the first link in the description box to find the best fit for your 3D modeling journey. And I wish you a nice day. Bye.